Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, a show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, I am 1/3 of your partners, your boy Tiz, along with
Brother Padawan here.
Indeed.
The other third, along with, well, facing the place is running around the place. He'll be in here pretty soon, pretty much. But until he gets right on in.
We about to get into the shits tonight. We about to talk some shit, as always. And we're gonna have a good time with y'all, man. As always, anything you hear us say tonight, if you disagree, agree, like it, dislike it, whatever. Comment, like, share, comment some more, comment. Let's have a conversation.
And subscribe.
Indeed. But yeah, man. What's up, Pat? How you been this week? First of all, before we get into the shits.
Think about the future, making big moves, making big decisions.
Yes. Come on down.
Upgrading technology, trying to see if these opportunities. I'm so hyped about it. I don't know how to talk, but I don't know how to talk anyway, as y'all know from other podcasts. But a lot of opportunities coming up, so trying to see which one, if things is as good as seems or whatever, pretty much.
Yeah,
but
man.
I just know it. Whatever opportunity I pick, sorry, not sorry. Which brings into the first topic. Sorry, not sorry. Khalid featuring Nas and Jay and James Fauntleroy. Ooh, I said his name right this time.
I don't know who the hell Fauntleroy is, but
he's a singing dude.
Some other two guys, we know who they are.
It's we go down a long, well, not really a long list of Nas and Jay songs. The classics we had Black Republican. Some people have mixed feelings about the song. They don't, maybe a lot of people may not like the beat or whatever, or that and the third, or think it was just a quick song. But anytime you just treasure the moment that, oh shit, we actually got a song with them two together. You know what I'm saying? That was a big deal because we never thought that was going to happen. Then, what was the next one? Success on American Gangster. We didn't even know that was coming. We just, American Gangster came on. JayZ was rapping. Next thing you know, you got a Nas verse. Right?
Yeah, indeed. Big fan.
And then BBC, that was that quick jump that was on Magna Carta.
Bang bang.
Yeah. And then now we got Sorry Not Sorry. So
this is it, right? This is the magnum opus.
This is what I like to call grown man rap.
Yeah, this is
grown man rap. This is
big facts, boss.
Like they sprinkle all kinds of knowledge throughout this. You know what I'm saying? Basically, how they get from point A to B, literally point A to B in each bar. On this Success, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just right. It just gives you that old mafioso rap from back in the day feel with the way the video is set up and stuff like that. So the big deal that I've been seeing is, all right, who had the better verse? Nas and Jay. That will always be the discussion. It will never be a time where we have a Nas and Jay song where that's not the discussion, pretty much. So
indeed.
It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. They're so great. Both of them are so.
All right. This song was fucking. First of all right, listeners, I just heard this song right before we started recording. So understand my reaction is very fresh. So it's still a lot of shock and awe still in my shit eyes. And first, and let me make it very clear to the audience. I am a JayZ stan. So yeah, he can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, that guy is a beast with it when it comes to just life to me. So I rock out with him. Now, what I will say is this. When it comes to who got the better verse, I'm gonna say it depends on what you are actually looking for. It depends on what your criteria are. So before we get into saying who our favorite verse is or who we think got it, what criteria do you use to break down verses?
Me?
Like when somebody said, "Hey, who got the better verse on the song?" What is the criteria that you're using to determine your winner?
The first thing is if there's like strong bars in it. Like
when you say bars, do you just mean punchlines?
Like not necessarily punchlines, but just strong lines. Like, sometimes you have like it's
shit
not
to make you feel it.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily a bar, but what he actually said is like, oh, that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be a metaphorical way of saying something about life, but it's not just a punchline. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have that build up of punchlines that build up to that life-sustaining bar, you know what I'm saying, that kick in, and then it's technicality is where, how you float it, if it just feels like it fits with the rhythm, you know what I'm saying, like with the rhythm of the song and stuff like that, if it fits with the song, and the cadence, pretty much like how you start and the finish, pretty much. The start and the finish, mostly the bars, just off the top of the head. That's pretty much where I go at as far as like what is the best. Well, what's a good verse, pretty much.
Okay. For me, I'm looking at it like, for one, relevance to what I feel the song is. So like when somebody rapping a song, I hate when somebody come in with a tight verse, but it don't got nothing to do with the hook and the rest of the song. It feel like it's just like, well, you just drop this from any random mixtape and threw it here. Like this doesn't fit. You know what I mean? I like when people tailor the verse to the actual concept of the song. For two, I look at obviously who has the most impactful bars. Sometimes one person may have like 7 or 8 bars that are standout, and the other person may only have 3 to 4, but those 3 to 4 may be like, what bar, bro?
And it's probably the build
like some
up.
shit like that. Yeah. So like I think it just depends on that. And then lastly, I look at it for like the cadence, like who actually is riding the beat the best.
Yeah.
Who's rapidly rapping the best, who has the most syllables combined that hit, you know what I mean, and rhyme together. So that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, all right, we can get into it now.
I got one more criteria. Yeah, because it might help. If I listen to you and I can hear your story and I can see your story, like
okay, I understand what you mean. How well you paint that
it don't necessarily. Yeah, if you could paint that picture real vivid, like people like Ross, he's good with that. Nas is good with that. Jay, of course, is good with that too. But
Biggie was good with that. Yeah.
Them the storyteller rappers or whatever. But like I feel like Ross has like he has an ambiance and a vibe to it or whatever. Like you feel like you right there with him pretty much. But that feel pretty much. But he probably got that. He probably got that from these two gentlemen.
That is very possible. They have influenced a lot. So yeah, man, what were you how did you want to get into these verses?
So like I was just gonna go at like the standout bars that I felt like just kicked out the most or whatever. Because when you listen to it first or whatever, you just like when you first listen to a rap, you just like listening to like how it sounds or whatever, like just how they flowing with the beat, the cadence, pretty much, whatever. And then what was the first thing that in that verse that just popped out the most or whatever? So the first one thing that popped out is like when he said when Nas said winner in life, fuck a coin toss, some Coinbase, basically cryptocurrency Scarface. Now, mind you, I feel like if it was anybody else, I might not like that bar.
Why would you say?
This, like, it's just the way he might have carried that cadence or whatever.
Rap the cadence for me, please.
Yeah. You don't hear me? That's your loss. Winner in life, fuck a coin toss. I'm coin based, basically cryptocurrency Scarface. Join us, there gotta be more of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Like the way he yeah.
You don't like that?
And then the simple fact that we all know that he just looked up on Coinbase.
Yes, now that's what make it hard. But what make you not like it? What is it that you don't like about that?
Like, all right, this is why I say if it was anybody else or whatever, I wouldn't say. Like when it comes to syllables or whatever, like I feel like I'm real strict when it comes to syllables. Like Scarface and Coinbase don't necessarily straight up.
It's because of his accent, Scarface.
Yeah. So the way he smoothly finessed that into the bars or whatever, like that, and then it's just, I don't know. I just feel like if you got like a underground rapper or extra rapidy rapper, they're not gonna flow that as smooth as he is. They're gonna flow it like, I'm a winner in life, fuck a coin toss, I'm Coinbase, basically currency, Scarface. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Him know he get to get away with shit that most people don't because of his unique voice and persona.
And then
everybody can't get away with what he can get away with.
No, it can't. I mean, and then just the simple fact that that was real, that was true to life. So like after that, it was pretty much, how I say, I feel like with Nas, it's more of he builds a visual in your head and he smoothly raps it out. And then maybe 1 or 2 times he's gonna say something like critical, or he's gonna have like he'll have like 1 punchline bar, but the rest of it is just, this is my life and this is real shit. It's street shit in between. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that.
Or whatever.
I respect that.
And then it's just, then we have Jay. And
now, let me just start off with the first, maybe 4 to 6 bars here. Sorry, that's another beat. Hater still ain't recovered from the other B. That's a double B. Nah, that's a triple B. Hey, can't forget about the other B. Now, if you hear the little ad-libs in the background, the layers.
The triple entendres.
This shit here, dude, like this is the type of shit I wish more rappers did, like, because he's on beat, on a hard beat at that, rapping about some fly shit, but he's doing it in a way that is like really taking liberties with the English language and the way it works, and the meanings of words. All right, so you got Sorry, that's another beat. Now, when you hear that, there's nothing. It's just, the music. So he's talking about this double billion, because he's now got $2 billion. If y'all didn't know, he just doubled up on the first bill. So he got $2 billion there. So that's another beat. Hater still ain't recovered from the other beat. Talking about big, because you hear the in the background. Then you get that's a double beat. Now he's talking about the double billion again. Nah, that's a triple B. Can't forget about the other B. Now he's talking about his wife, but he's also talking about the other billion that he's adding, because he's almost at 3 billion when you add in her net worth. So like, this is the type of shit that like you want to put together. Like, it's just layers on 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 layers. And this will kill me. Now this will be like the biggest, I don't know how to explain it, but this would be the craziest shit ever. What if Rock Nation finds a way to get LiAngelo Ball, sign him and get him into the league, and then this bar means so much more if Rock Nation Sports does that?
Explain.
All right, so say Rock Nation Sports signs LiAngelo Ball, right? That's the middle ball brother from basketball, right? All right. So you already got the youngest brother in the league and the oldest brother in the league. Say you get this younger brother to the point where he ends up getting on an NBA team, right? Now this bar, when the bar,
3 Bs.
watch how this bar flips in my head. Now this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and JayZ probably ain't mean none of this. So this is all just the way my brain works, and like how things can be evolved, or like just how bars can be dissected. All right, so sorry, that's another beat. When the Ball brothers first came into the league, right? When Lonzo first got drafted, the dad was so fucking annoying, bro, that everybody was like, I don't want these niggas in the league. Forget them. Like they overrated. They overrated. Blah blah blah. Then Lonzo had enough staying power to stick around. All right. So then you get LaMelo coming to the league. He looking like rookie of the year before he got injured. So now you got the other Ball brother in there. So now watch this. So you started verse off. Sorry, that's the other B. So now you got LaMelo. Hater still ain't recovered from the other B. That's Lonzo. That's a double B. Nah, that's a triple B because they got the big baller brand, which is the dance company that all of them was under, and that's what like pushed them to stardom, and that's what everybody know them for, is the big baller brand, the 3 Bs. So then you got, that's the triple B. Can't forget about the other B, and you got if you got LiAngelo Ball coming in the league, now you got the third Ball brother coming. Man, and that has nothing to do with nothing. That ain't saying that that's happening or any of that shit. I damn sure don't have any background information. But just the way that bar is set up, there's so many ways that could have been flipped. But the way he flipped it was amazing.
If he gets them,
so well.
If he gets them and he signs that paper, best believe he's probably going to say that first 4 bars in his head.
Bro.
Just cause.
Bro.
And why
not? Say it's the white gloves for me. Hater know not to touch me. I'm with the fuckery. I love that. You know what I heard?
Yes.
You know what I heard? That shit, everything in my heart was just like, yeah, he know.
Yeah.
He done seen us. He one of them 261. He's a pod squatter. He down with the squad. You know, what's good, Jigga? You know, hey, you ain't got to tell nobody. We won't tell. I feel you. Keep it on the hush. But yeah, that shit had me hyped. Project Baby, y'all expect from me. Technically, I'm always, anything that's talking about being from the hood and getting out, that always resonates hard with my life and just everything in my bones. So you always get brownie points from me for those type of bars. So thank you, sir. When he said you kill Christ, you created religion. He's talking about the black man. Like you killed the black man when you kill Christ, but you're also killing the black man over here. And unexpectedly, you created all of these black people coming together now and starting to really try to push for unity as hard as we can. Probably the hardest I've seen us do since the civil rights movement. And I feel like that was just a really poignant bar and a creative way to say that without directly saying that.
He's good at that. Like he's good at like saying like just enough to get your mind going, and then think about it. Like sometimes you can just listen to Jay and you'll think it's just a simple rap, but when you really listen to him or whatever, and then break it down just like you did, you're gonna find something, and that's why I like. That's the type of rap I like. I like to listen. I like to hear a song, and then 10 years later, I listen to it and I still find something. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Like, and then the last bars, the bands and the drums and the fasting and the lunch.
Yeah.
Like
that bar.
They're not extremely complicated metaphors, right? They're not that far stretches. Like nobody could ever think of it, but nobody had thought of it. Everybody getting bands, we just dance to different drums. I've heard a lot of band bars, had a lot of drums bars, never heard it used in that way. Now you can get it in a lot of different ways from this. You can get it as everybody's getting bands, as in we're getting musical bands and we're just dancing to different drums. So we got 2 different types of drum kits. You can look at it as everybody's getting bands, so everybody coming in and we getting this bread. We just dance to different drums, as in we dance to the musical drums, you dance to these drums that we rolling at your feet. You can look at it as everybody's getting bands, like everybody's getting their own money or finding a way to get money, but we just do it in different ways. We just thinking about life in different ways. So it's so many ways you can go with that. And I love these type of bars where it's like double and triple entendres, where it's like there's several ways you can break these bars down and put them together to like.
The other one I got from bands of different drums is like, we all get money. I might not agree with how you get money, but because we got a different wavelength, but we all get money. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
It's definitely a different ways.
Exactly. And that's all just from different interpretations of how you see it or how that bar hit to you. But that's the dope part about his bars. Like a lot of it gives you these this ability to see and experience different perspectives on the exact same verse as you switch the meaning of certain bars. Like if you switch the meaning of this bar, then the 4 bars before this hit differently.
Yeah.
And the bars after that hit differently when he says, I like who I've become, intermittent fasting, but these meals, I'm not missing lunch. And you can talk about he's not missing any food when it's time to eat lunch because he's intermittent fasting. You could talk about, you could say, oh no, I'm intermittent fasting because this is my new lifestyle, but this money, I'm not missing any chance to get that. You know what I mean? Like it's you can flip that a couple of ways. You feel me? Like
I felt like it was like I might calm down from time to time doing certain things, but I'm not missing any money. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I can go to place now. You know what I'm saying? I can take a loss. It's not really a loss.
Watch this, because he is who he is, and he said food for thought in his bars before, and he's talked about how he liked his bars to say something. Now watch this. Intermittent fasting could be him taking breaks from the rap game from time to time. But when it comes to chances to eat up the beat or makes or drop so a verse with a top level rapper, I'm still coming in and getting my grub on. You know what I'm saying? I'm still that guy on that level. So like it's just, this is how I look at this song. Like for one, it's just classic. Again, like you said, anytime Nas and Jay, you're not losing there
at all.
But it's like Nas had the cadence, Jigga had a little bit of that, but everything else. Like it was just so much in his bars. And like, it hits differently when you're that much of a billionaire. Like Nas is fresh billionaire, so we don't know him for being Mr. Flashy, Funky, I got this, I got that when in his raps. We don't know you for that. So it's harder for you to pull that off. With Jigga, everything he said just hits. Because it's like you feel like, yeah, that's actually, that's accurate for you to be saying. Yeah.
I feel like Nas.
This is some underground classic shit. Sorry.
Yeah. I feel like Nas set the tone. Like he was perfect for the start off. You know what I'm saying?
He and smooth as fuck, and then Jigga just crushes the end of it.
Ends it off.
Fauntleroy gets his sing on at the end, and is singing his ass off.
No, all around, I feel like it was perfect. Give me that was a nice little surprise on a Friday that I didn't expect coming, and just pop out of nowhere. Hey, Nas and Jay got a new song. Man, and a video to go along with it. Pretty much.
Putting that on the docket today, because I did not know nothing about it before the night. But because I know about it now, amen and amen and amen.
I'm still at odds because it seems like it depends on my mood. On certain moods, I might like Nas' verse better. If I'm a bit more hype, I might like, or a bit more hype, I just did something I'm proud of, I might want to talk my junk. I might want JayZ's verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of feels, I don't know. It got like, some people feel like with like the Khalid album altogether that it was unfinished. Like he just kind of put people together just to put the songs together. And I haven't really finished listening to all of it or whatever. But this one particular song here, yeah,
he put his toes in that. That wasn't bad at all. Amen. Amen.
So, yep. And some people said they may have wanted something harder or whatever from Jay, but I was like, nah, that's what
harder as
that's
in
way.
what? Like,
I don't know. They probably just want like Nas and Jay on a Griselda beat or some shit like that.
I like this. Whatever. I like the beat. I like the hook. I like the vibe of the song. Like just bosses talking. Like it fits where they both are in their lives. Like I like when people do shit that fits them. That looks like them. Like too much might not look like where they're at right now, and it might not sell as hard, despite type verses. This right here, you're selling hard verses to me, but over just a smooth ass track that fits where they both are in their life. Like it's bosses talking to bosses. Like it ain't no if you want some baby shit, then you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna offend your sensibilities, but the grown men out there are gonna rock with this shit. You feel me?
Grown man rap. Indeed. And you know how I am. I'm just like Jay. You know, I might not be rocking no white gloves. It might not be white gloves for me, but you know, hater know not to touch me. I'm with the fuckery, and that means
fuckery.
You know what that means? Time for the good and fuckery, y'all.
Hey! Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam.
Boom, boom, boom,
Let's
boom.
Let's get it.
It's been, I got a nice little list of fuckery that's been going on. And a nice little bit of good to go along with it. We're gonna start off with, we're gonna go on the comic book route here, because it's some good stuff here. First off, rest in peace to Milestone artist John Paul Leon. If y'all not familiar with Milestone, but it's a Black comic book based comic book publishing company or whatever. They gave you Static Shock. They gave you Icon or whatever. It's pretty much like Black Superman or whatever. Hardware. You know, it just was like a underground Black comic book company that came out around like in the 90s, pretty much around that big comic book boom era, pretty much, whatever. So just want to put that rest in peace out, because I myself trying to put together a comic book, and just hearing about, you know, Black artists and people that done Black comic books before gives me the inspiration. So along with that, I'm not going to spoil this. Some more good for y'all. I'm not going to spoil this for y'all. But if y'all have Amazon Prime and y'all not even if y'all a comic book head, man, y'all need to look at Invincible. It's a cartoon, animated cartoon. It is not for kids. Do not watch this with your kid. It's
an
not
animated cartoon that's like for adults.
It's based on a comic book that is made by the same person. It's let me look this up. So for the comic book head world, go ahead and go at my neck. But
you gonna get your neck chopped off.
Exactly. But the same person that made The Walking Dead, that wrote The Walking Dead, he wrote this book along with another person. I'm not right now.
So it's pretty gory, is what you're telling me.
Yep. Robert Kirkman, and the artist is Corey Walker, and and currently is Ryan Otley. But it's based. It's about this teenage superhero or whatever who just got his powers. His dad is a Viltrumite, which is this alien race of just super strong people. Like they got a whole galactic empire. They go under disguise that they help the the planets, get to a better level or whatever of existing, but they're, how to say, it's kind of like they're like Saiyans from Dragon Ball, pretty much. If you think about it, Dragon Ball is kind of like another Superman storyline too, because he's from another planet, super strong, comes to Earth. It's similar to this, but it's more realistic consequences to it or whatever. And it's a lot of twists and turns in this book. So if y'all need something to binge, something animated, Invincible, because I just saw episode 8 and oh my God, I can't, and it's so sad because I can't spoil it, man, because I will I want to, like, if you ever get curious, Tiz, when you finally like go through the first 8 episodes, man, just let me know.
We're gonna talk about it.
Man, bro. And it fits along with the comic book too. So and I kind of wonder if they're gonna go forward with it because they have a event in Invincible, the comic book called the Invincible War, where it's like a whole bunch of Invincibles from different alternate universes that came down and they're trying to take over and beat up the prime Invincible, I should say. And like a bunch of characters from Image Comics is out there fighting, like Spawn, Savage Dragon, if you're familiar with Savage Dragon, and a bunch of other characters from Image Comics. So it's like a big, huge event, pretty much. But yeah, man, we'll talk about it once like Tiz at least sees it all the way to the 8th episode, and each episode
put face up on it too when he come in.
Yo, each episode is so dope. It's just so dope, man. It's crazy. All right. So on to the next one. The next one being so Marvel has released out their phase 4 that's coming out. So y'all know that Black Widow's coming out, I believe, July, and then the Shang-Chi after that, Thor, Love and Thunder, and then Doctor Strange movie. So now they released that. God, this date is really small. But Black Panther, the sequel, is called Wakanda Forever. And they say they're gonna dedicate it to Chadwick in a great way. So I believe in it. Marvel has never stirred me wrong before. So, and it comes out July 2022 from what they're saying right now.
Oh boy.
The next is
just over a year, baby.
Yep. Then they have the Captain Marvel sequel, which is called The Marvels. So I think that what they're gonna do is bring in the other characters that have Marvel as a name, like Ms. Marvel, which is like she's like an Arabic black character. Her name Kamala Khan.
Yeah, she like a
really
fantastic.
Yeah, and then she got like other powers that go along with it too.
What else?
Also,
talk about.
And then next they got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and I'm gonna have to apologize to the Ant-Man movies because because
have you seen them?
I've seen them, and then when I actually seen them, I was like, you know what, this is a good movie. This is, it's not like, all right, it's not an action junkie movie or whatever, but
no,
it's funny as heck.
Yes,
it's entertaining, and it actually has a good story. So I'm curious to see
when the phases have like different movies of different genres, almost like you have one more action, one more be more drama, one be more comedy, one be more.
It makes
like, it makes it so it don't feel static or like the same movie over and over again with a different hero.
And then it makes it more of a universe because not everything is the same everywhere, so it's good to have like a mixture too. The Ant-Man and Wasp is called Quantumania, and that's coming out February 2023. Did I say? Just in case I didn't say it, November 11th, 2022 is when the Marvels are going to come out. And then May 5th, 2023 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I think James Gunn is back up there too. Yeah, the fact I know James Gunn is back up there too. Let's go. When they had Guardians of the Galaxy first come out, I was like, yo, if they pull this off, Marvel are geniuses. And they did.
I'm not that deep into it. So for me, the first Guardians of the Galaxy was like, who these niggas? You feel me? But once I found out, oh, buddy, I love that fight. Like their movies are probably in my top 5. Like both of their movies are in my top 5 of all the Marvel movies.
Yo, Rocket Raccoon is hilarious. It's hilarious. Yo, when he said, look at us, a bunch of fucking jackasses. I was like, yes. What's his name? Is it Barry Cooper that does his? Not Barry. I'm telling somebody. Bradley Cooper or whatever. Yeah. Perfect. That was, and I still trip that Groot is Vin Diesel. Pretty much. I tripped
that Rocket was the original Groot's father.
You know what?
It was like Daddy as he was getting dusted.
That's
you never knew that?
Yeah, no, I noticed that. that. Okay. Like when I first looked at him, I looked at him like they were like partners in crime, pretty much. And then in that movie,
Groot, I am Groot. Dusted. But yeah, that's it.
What are you doing? Dance off.
Baby Groot is definitely the star, though. I'm sad that we're not going to get any more of him. But yeah. You know, you can't get what you want all the time.
So, that was a bunch of the good. Let me get right into the fuckery, all right?
Oh, boy.
Oh, bruh. So, we had 2 politicians say that America is not racist. 2 politicians. Now,
one
the
of
first
them
one
pissed me off real bad.
Yeah. The first one is Tim Scott, and it's really no need to go deep into it. He's a Texas Republican.
He doesn't feel it. Kamala, Amelia, you coming good.
I had a Kamala in my high school.
But yeah, same thing as Miss Marvel. Ma'am, you can't say that. You black. Don't hit me with the bullshit about America not racist. You done felt racism before.
You should feel it on 2 sides. Cause they like to promote her Asian side, especially with the Stop Asian Hate thing. You should feel it on 2 sides or whatever. So
indeed.
What is it? It says Kamala. Oh, I had posted this too. It's like Kamala was like, let me end off Tim Scott. There's no reason to get into Tim Scott because he's a token black coon for the Republican Party. We all know why. We always know why he's reading the script that he's supposed to read or whatever. And even if he believes it or whatever,
but he's not
it
black.
Doesn't matter.
He's brown skinned. He's of a melanated origin, but he's not black. Kamala was supposed to be black. Culture. Remember, we did it, Joe. We did it. Remember all that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Vote for me, you ain't black, all that bullshit. Like, yeah, I remember all that. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, she is one of the most. Matter of fact, I can't even say that. She is like the most powerful woman in the world right now, and still scared to keep her job. That's how I feel about it.
Hold on, ain't Angela Merkel or something like that the president of Germany?
I think
the Prime Minister of Germany, Chancellor of Germany.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I guess she's the most powerful because she's actually the complete The top person in the country.
Like in the what's that shit called? United Nations.
Well, just the top person in the country. No, I mean, like, I believe Germany has a female president.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, then that would be the most powerful woman in the world.
Well, you can say that, but it also depends on the power between Germany compared to the US.
Yeah, but no. All right, so that's what you got.
Mm-hmm.
You got two countries, you got two armies, right? Kamala can't come out and do no shit where she declares war on another country or challenges another country to war or sends military action anywhere as a vice president. That's not in her scope right now. The lady who the president of Germany, she can do that.
No, that's true. True.
So that's automatically more power. Power comes from your ability to influence by might or by charisma, and your ability to back up said influence with physical might if need be to back that up. Like even the smart people, the reason if you look at any like people who ain't had no hands or they wasn't militarily inclined or they ain't want to be no shooter, they might have been the smart dude, but they always had muscle around. Why? Because you got to be, first of all, have the influence. They got the charisma, and then you got to have the muscle. If you ain't got them two things, something wrong. So like Kamala, she's one of the most powerful women in the world. She just can't be the most powerful because she doesn't have enough influence and might to back that influence up. But I would say she's probably in the top 3, top 4. You know what
Either way,
because unfortunately women aren't really represented in their power structure that heavily. So
either way, she's like strong enough not to. I just feel like you shouldn't be worried about your job at, you know what I'm saying, at certain points of power or whatever. Like she says, no, the USA is not a racist country, but I have to speak truth of history of I have to speak the truth of the history of racism in this country and in its existence today. All right. So if she were to have cut it off at the history of racism in this country, then the first part of that sentence or whatever, and I feel like I'm going through grammar class or English class, right? But the first part of that sentence would make more sense with the complete thought or whatever. But it's the same, it's the part at the end that says in its existence today. They have me like in its existence today. Like it has me breaking it down exactly what she said. Like we broke down sorry, not sorry. Like today meaning now. So racism exists today, now, in this country, unchecked. So it's a fucking racist country. Don't insult my intelligence, which is semantics. It's you just said this is basically what you said. You said the United States of America is not a racist country. It's just racism in it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of Rick James saying, no, I ain't stomp on Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy couch with no muddy shoes. I ain't never did that. Yeah, I did that shit.
Right. They're muddy. They walk. I ain't doing it with no muddy shoes. I did it with muddy boots.
Same thing. Same exact thing. But yeah, man, that kind of pissed me off when I saw it. It's just like I can look at Tim Scott and just be like, all right, he's a Republican. All right, I can you're doing what you're paid to do. I'm not even gonna worry about that because you're lost anyway. But Kamala, man, Kamala. But also Joe Biden, he said a boring but uplifting speech. He wants to cure cancer. He wants to get rid of everything, and I don't really get too into 100-day speeches. You know, the first 100-day speeches, because all they are is these are my aspirations. Now, whether they actually do it
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So let's get right into the funny fuckery. We may have to talk to Face about this, but there's one celebrity that's a Capricorn. There's actually two of them. I feel like we need to take the Capricorn cards away because they just be doing a lot of fuckery in their life or whatever. One of them is R. Kelly. We ain't gonna talk about that.
He a Capricorn?
I believe so.
No, man. Just because he a December baby don't mean he a Capricorn. Don't put that on that. He might be a
I believe it.
What's the date? Oh, what's the date?
January 8th, 1967. But we ain't even gonna talk about that Capricorn. No, not that one, man. We're not even gonna talk about that guy. We're gonna talk about Tyrese.
Oh God, G.
See, Tyrese.
Yeah, man. He be bugging.
I'm bringing this up.
He need a hit soon because he's also
my birthday twin, along with Tiger Woods and LeBron James. All right, So LeBron James, Tiger Woods, that's cool. Y'all gonna have the same birthday as me. That's cool. Tyrese, we need to have a little discussion because you just be doing too much for clout sometimes.
I mean that.
Like,
I'm trying to stay relevant as. Shut the fuck out.
That's exactly what it is. Like, even when he was beefing with The Rock, that's him saying, I want to stay relevant again.
Because you don't.
I was in the franchise. I was in the first movie. I need to stay in the first movie.
But he don't want no smoke with the motherfucking Rock. The Rock would beat his ass.
Yeah, along with a lot of other people. Yeah, Black Adam would whoop his ass.
Black Adam. Black Adam.
But this year, this Tyrese fuckery or whatever. He's on Instagram doing bikini wax, shaving things with his girl's cooch, pretty much.
Shaving the cooch online.
Live on Instagram.
Shaving the cooch online.
Shave it up.
Nasty with a face. What he nasty.
Put his name in that shit in cursive.
I know one thing, man. He needs something to do. He could have did that for OnlyFans, got paid at least.
Yeah.
Dropping that shit for free just because you ain't got to do on Instagram Live. You just bored. Bored and you don't know how to deal with not getting attention anymore.
You're attention addict, yes.
Like, it ain't people. I don't think it's celebrities be testing their celebrity. I think celebrities be feeling like don't nobody care about them no more. So let them do something stupid so that people can like them again or have something to say about them again. Like, they just want to get back in the light somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that shit backfire, then they come with some bullshit as excuse.
Especially old R&B singers.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's a record of like just R&B singers just doing crazy random reckless stuff just to get back in that light again or whatever. So
hell Tony Braxton, Mary and Birdman.
But yeah, Tyrese, man, we're thinking about taking away your Capricorn card, especially since you have the same birthday as me. And
we done already took auras away. We done took auras away. Aura don't.
I'm the only.
The aura. Yeah.
But
I'm the only letter.
Tyrese is definitely on probation.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiger Woods crashed another motherfucking truck. His ass is out of here too. He on probation. He ain't just out here crashing trucks and shit. Like, and I could give it to him if it was like other people's fault, but they keep being his fault. Like, hey man, what the fuck is you doing with your life, man?
I got a very eclectic
nigga. You was the one.
Birthday twins, man. But man, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, and Tyrese. It's like an up and down.
Of the Black
December
Tiger Woods helped to start that trend because he was one of the first ones I ever saw.
So yeah, the other fuckery for this week
Fuckerette.
Motherfucking fuckery.
Fuckerette. Hey, yeah.
So I saw a news report that says there's a chicken shortage, y'all. That's it.
Man,
that's all I have to say about that.
Out of here, yo. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You did not just say it was a chicken shortage, and that was.
I saw a news report that said it's a chicken storage, man. We're on the last days. I'm fucking done. I already know how it is, man. People got pet chickens, man. They're gonna die. They're gonna die in this purge.
Face, you got anything to say about these chickens in the last days?
Don't believe it. Never gonna believe it. Chickens will be here forever.
Hey, right. We're gonna get some chickens. But I tell you, what is a sign of the last days is more people dying from police interactions. It's never a good thing, no matter how it happens. No. But one of the more recent ones that happened led to an interaction between Umar Johnson and DJ Envy when Umar Johnson was on The Breakfast Club. Now, Umar Johnson was talking about I think her name is Micaiah Bryant, talking about her shooting, wherein, for people who don't know, a police shot a 14-year-old black girl after arriving on the scene and seeing this black girl basically attack a woman that was running toward the police car and then turn and try to stab another woman that was on the car. The officer yelled at her to get down a few times, and then he shot her about 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 5. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely sad, young lady, you know what I'm saying, gone too soon. So Umar believes there was another example of white supremacy and cops killing black people. DJ Envy was like, nah, the shooting, while it was sad, was justified in this situation due to Micaiah being in the act of trying to stab someone when she was shot. And he was basically saying, like, cops have a right to defend somebody with lethal force anytime somebody else is in danger, or either themselves or somebody else is in imminent danger or threat. So I just wanted to get somebody else's take on it. I had a take definitely when I heard them arguing about it, and after seeing the footage of the shooting, and kind of hearing some of it, having a chance now. Like, I was gonna bring this up last week, but I wanted to kind of give it a chance to simmer so I could get more facts and kind of see how stuff settled out. But I definitely have a take, but I wanted to see what somebody else thought. So what do y'all think about that situation?
Well, me personally, I feel it was justified. Us as civilians have the right to protect our loved ones as well. So my wife is in the commission of getting stabbed. I'm going to take you out. The cops are there to protect and serve. Now, in the reverse situation, if he chose to do nothing, they'd have been riding his ass like that. Oh, he just let the girl get stabbed. Stop trying to make everything race. Now, as far as the Umar guy, of course, he's going to bring the forefront and try to make it race anyway, because that's part of his agenda. But let's take a step back from this. Put him as any other color. He'd have still shot that girl in protection of somebody else, because that's his job, to protect and serve. When they're actually doing their job, give them credit for doing their job. I don't care what color she was. She was in the commission of about to stab somebody after attacking somebody else. Yeah. I've heard people say, well, he could have tackled her. He could have got stabbed in the neck and died. His job ain't not to put my life and sacrifice it for you. It's try to protect both of our lives, de-escalate the situation. When the de-escalation didn't work, I had to take it to another extreme. She had fatal force, so fatal force means fatal force. What if I try to tase her and she falls forward and still stabs this girl? Or what if I try to tase her and the taser don't work and she still stabs this girl? Come on, people. Everything ain't race, man. It ain't. The way I'm seeing it, it's not race. Because I don't care what color them people were. I see it still in the same way. With her having the same volatile actions that she tried to do, it's going to end the same way. I'm just happy that 2 people didn't die that day. Sorry that 1 person had to die, but if she would have had better decision-making skills, when the cop showed up there to de-escalate the situation and he was on the scene, that knife ain't going to be the gun in those situations, so you should just left it alone right there. Continue to fight some other day.
Yeah, okay. Pat, what you say?
I would say, when I looked at it, I felt like pretty much it was justified, but I also feel like it's still a tingling in the back of my head that said if they were trained a different way or whatever, then I feel like they would have been able to calm that situation down without nobody getting stabbed or shot or whatever. Like it. I still feel like if it was any situation, just like Faith said, because the way they're trained up now, go ahead, use lethal force to protect someone, pretty much. But I feel like if, like, I feel like it's easier to kill. Just inside, I just feel like it's easier to kill a Black person than anybody else or whatever. It's just like I see too many videos where there's crazy white dude coming at them with a knife also, and he's alive. You know what I'm saying? I seen that video the other day. I seen like literally they coming up with guns or whatever, threatening.
But you gotta remember, she wasn't going at the cop. She was going at another Black woman. So he was protecting a Black woman.
That is true. That
is true. Take the race out of it. That's what we all get caught up on, this race shit. Take the race out of it and just see one person protecting another person from killing somebody else or getting killed by somebody else. I don't care what color the cop was. He did his job. I've been pulled over by too many fucked up cops to actually see somebody do their job to be like, all right, I'm gonna jump on him because she Black. Fuck if she Black. It's niggas out here doing shit to me every goddamn day.
I just feel like my opinion is biased. But anyways, like in the situation, it's just like it's too many occurrences. Like in this case, I would feel like this isn't a bad example of police brutality. Like we shouldn't use that or whatever. If we're gonna fight against anything, fight against reforming how police de-escalate situations or whatever, then that would, we could use that. But as far as like this as a form of police brutality, you just used a bad example this time. You need to get another example or whatever. But it's just the simple fact that I see so many examples of police brutality that I'm already desensitized into thinking that, nah, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't feel like I'm in the wrong for doing that, because if I constantly feel like this and more people are feeling like this, it would put more pressure on the police to change certain things or whatever. So we'll have situations where they're acting a little bit more careful or whatever, and less situations where they are killing people. It's just right in this situation. It's like I feel envy on this. It's just that it's been too many occurrences or whatever before that's blinded my biased opinion. You know what I'm saying? To make me sound like Umar, if you get what I mean. Whatever. Gotcha. Like my PTSD is in the way.
That's fair. That's fair. I kind of I kind of take it a couple of ways. For one, I definitely understand people who see it as a racial thing. I get why, especially in our current climate. I personally don't think it is a race thing, though. I think it's more of all right, so this is the nuance I have. All right. I don't think this is a race thing. I think this is more about comfortability with Black people or comfortability with the community that you're policing in thing that needs to be addressed. So I definitely think it's more of a police reform thing, as in like they got to be trained better to deal with the people that they're policing. So like whether that means more community engagement where you're out there meeting the people and they actually get to see you, where like that officer Buckshot, the old dude, where he just be walking around the community and people know him. So like when you call the cop and he pull up at the door, like you more likely to like roll with him or like, you know what I'm saying, know that, all right, I can feel safe with this dude because you've seen him more than once. You've built a rapport with him. You build a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's definitely more of that type of issue because this is what I see. There's many different ways you could have de-escalated that situation. Now, me and myself, I've had somebody pull a knife on me and pull a gun on me, and I've de-escalated both with my hands. That was me. Was that the smartest thing to do? Hell the fuck no. Very dumb. And you've seen people try to de-escalate people that got knives and other weapons, and then they end up getting fucked up as they trying to break up something. You're also, as the police pulling up to the scene, you got a young lady with a knife, you got one lady falling at your feet, and you got another lady up against a car or some shit about to get stabbed. At that point, take cop out of it. A human being is going to be like, what do I got to do to get this raging person with a knife off of this other person? Because at this point, it's hard to really it's hard to identify age, like any status, who is who, who's beefing with who, why they beefing. You just see this chaos and somebody with a knife stabbing at a lady after she just had a young lady pinned on the ground by your feet. That at that point, I can understand why this officer chose to shoot. Now, where the racial aspect comes in, this is where I say it goes back to police reform, but I do get the racial aspect of it. Like, the cop was scared of black people, so that's why instead of one quick shot, he shot 4 times. But also, I do know that most people, when you're learning to shoot, whether that be for hunting or anything else, once you pull and aim down sights, you are preparing to kill, to hit center mass and to kill. So he did exactly what he was trained to do. He aimed at center
damn
mass.
right.
He said it a few times, get down, stop, get down. And at that point, he had a choice to make. He could A, do nothing, wait for backup, or keep yelling, get down while this lady on the car gets stabbed. He could B, go in with his hands and try to de-escalate the situation, because a taser ain't gonna do it with no knife situation. Because like you said, the lady could still get stabbed. So he could have went in with his hands and tried to grab the knife, got stabbed the fuck up, and we would have been looking at him on the dumbest cops of America tape. Then you got C. He could have did what he did, shot that young lady. Now, I don't agree with anybody losing their life, but I do agree with like people in certain roles having the ability to do certain things. And I believe that was in this country, the way we are set up, that was justified. Now, what I do want to know is, we all acknowledge that there's a racial component, like that Umar has some type of not a point necessarily, but like there's something to what he's saying. Like there is something, there can be a racial component. Two things can be true. It can be a justifiable shooting, and it can be that cop didn't like black people. Both things can be true. That's possible. So with that being said, like, do you think we as black people can ever get to the point where we stop seeing every single situation as a race-related situation? Like, is it possible to get to that place? And if so, how do we get there? What is something that we could do to get there?
Oh, I was waiting for this question. Yes, I do believe it, but it only comes where we're seen once again as equals. We continues to have this mentality because we know we're not seen as equal. So our first thing when something happens, oh, it's because we black. Oh, it's because we black. So that's our automatic defense, because it's been done for so long and so many fucking times. Even in this day and age, it's being done. And Pat, I think you posted something. I don't know if it was a repost or a share or something on Facebook about the Asian crime, the Asian hate bill being put out. Fuck that Asian hate bill. And I like Asians, but my thing is, where's the black bill? We've been in this country longer and we're getting more bullshit than the Asians have been getting. Where's our bill?
Saying that, yeah.
We won't stop seeing shit as fucked up and on a racist level, on a race level, until we're given that equal treatment. The Asians got that crime bill because this a money thing. But the Asians, it's a money thing. It's a money grab. But once again, the countries where we have our shit have been depleted of our natural resources. Y'all going to these Asians because y'all get this Asian dollar, so we need to protect the Asians in our country. Let's make this Asian crime bill so the people over there can keep giving us money. Fuck that shit. We built this motherfucker.
Damn good point.
We built this motherfucker. And every time we attempt to throw and tear this bitch down, that's when y'all want to, oh, let's give them something. Let's give them a little something to feed them off. Tear this bitch down. I guarantee we'll get what we want. Tear the bitch down. Be like your mother. Because your mother always said, I brought you in this world, I'll take your ass out. And that guarantees fear in your ass. We've never stood up and said, we build this motherfucker. We'll build this motherfucker. Give us our respect and our rights, and we'll tear this bitch down. Never been said. But the people who attempted it they made it look like they was terrorists and all this other shit. Black Panther Party. Because they was going to tear this bitch down as a revolution. Because they realized the power that we had in strength together. They focused on that racist aspect and they brought it to light. And people was like, well, shit, we helped build this motherfucker. We are the backbone of the country. We may be the minority, but without this minority, there will be no majority here.
Yeah.
Y'all damn them. But these Asians, all they screaming is, help me, help me, help me, help me. And I know y'all gonna rip me up in comments, but I can give a fuck less. But at the end of the day, I'm speaking for the right thing. It ain't money that's gonna save this country. Because we've been in debt for I don't know how many years with the same racial problems embedded in it, to the point that other countries are laughing at our race issues. You feel me? How dare another country like Russia laugh at us based on a race issue? That ain't embarrassing to nobody else. That's damn sure embarrassing to me. How come the so-called shithole countries can look at America now and be like, well, damn, y'all doing this, y'all doing it? Exactly, because it's continued and allowed. Give black folks and people of color what they deserve, the respect they deserve, and the rights they deserve based on the hard work we bust our ass and still busting our ass to do generationally.
No lives to take.
To now, the black folks ain't the one breaking their backs. We're the ones with the highest IQs out here in the world and getting these scholarships, and y'all white folks got to continue to break y'all fucking backs. Sure, y'all got the advantage still. Y'all got the advantage, but y'all motherfuckers got to break y'all back. Give it 20 years and let this shit flip. Because I can guarantee the people in power, with the most educated people, they ain't going to be these fair-skinned people no more. No. They're going to take this flip and go to the black side because all these little young ones with getting these scholarships and shit, let's keep them on the right path. Because they're going to be the ones successes. The children are our fucking future. You feel me? It was a joke and it came, and I used to get it, and I got it from coming to America. The children are our future. But guess what? The children are our future. These little black kids are the future. Because the black kids now are setting the trends for all you Caucasoids and everybody else to jump on and do the dances and do the little TikToks. The originators are always black. You get the fame because you can get around faster. You've already did that crossover. Give us what we deserve. That's all we ask. We don't want no more than you have. But we damn sure don't want no less than you have either. Give it an even playing field and watch us flourish. You always tell something, well, you always want someone handed out. I don't want shit handed out to me. Give me the same opportunity you get and watch me shine.
We done got
That's it.
Coming in here preaching.
You feel me? You feel me? Because I can't stop seeing the race shit because I know I ain't treated equal. We got a neighborhood, we got a city out here we call colonial whites. And we've been calling that for the 20-some years I've been in Virginia.
Yeah.
Why is it still colonial fucking whites? Because we allow it to be. But in that same city, the high schools and the fucking elementary schools and the middle schools wouldn't be shit on their teams if it weren't for who?
Yeah.
It ain't the Caucasoids. It ain't the Caucasoids. But once again, we don't get respect in this country because all we produce is sweat. We don't produce shit but sweat. So when we gonna get our respect? But like I said, 20 years, watch the world flip on this end. Because these little black geniuses we have coming up now,
yeah, man,
they gonna produce something way more than sweat. Their intellect is gonna produce something this country and this world ain't seen before. So you're gonna have to respect.
Hateful. And they not hateful.
Exactly. You're gonna have to respect it.
Just loving everybody. Yeah.
But back to the original question, black folks will never stop saying shit is racial until we know we're treated equal. Because even on the school level, they're still teaching that bullshit. So how can we? Because even being brought up, we're taught we're not equal. So when we come out, we know we ain't gonna get fair treatment because we know. Come on now. Fix the education system, fix the judicial system, and just fix the bullshit. Let us be equal. And then we can stop saying shit as y'all keep saying, well, let this go. Let this go. How can I let some shit go that's still current? You just acting like it's imaginary. We know the reality.
Boy, that's some nail on the head shit there.
That's all I got.
Damn. I feel like you, Pat, usually be, everything Faye said is what I was gonna say. So yeah, man. Yeah, all right.
Faye said one thing I wanted to bring up too, or whatever. He said the children of the future. Right now, there's a decline, and I see this a lot. Fox News brought it up. I think CNN brought it up, but like as far as there's a decline in births in America, pretty
like
much.
all around.
Yes, all around. The decline in births is a decline in marriages. It's just an all around decline or whatever. And I might bring this subject up another time, whatever. But I was looking at a YouTube video or whatever. They were discussing how if you could date a single woman and then get hit with child support or whatever. If you had a relationship with the child, I'd probably bring that up for another subject another day. I'm going to bring this around for a minute.
Let's explore that.
So,
we can explore that because I got some info on that shit.
Yeah. So, with that, the one thing that they brought up in that topic was with the decline of marriages and people getting together. There's all these kids out of wedlock. Now the government is like, somebody got to pay for these kids, or we're going to have to pay for these kids. So being that there's nobody else around, if you had a relationship with that child or babysitted it, like they even said to a point, like if you had a neighbor and you babysitted the neighbor's child or whatever, you could get hit with it. So
Nah, that's not legal.
It's
that's not legal. You
legal, but
it depends on what state you in. And 9 times out of 10, it depends if you sign that document. If your name is on that birth certificate, I don't care if you're the paternal father or not by blood, you're paying that child support. That's what's real. Because if you sign that name, you gonna get you sign your name on that birth certificate, you got you got that. Now, any small relation to a kid, that's gonna come into a real big judicial shit because how many different people in the world have been around a kid? So if you want to relate that, does the teacher have to pay child support? Because the teacher spends 8 hours a day, every day, that's 40 hours a week with the kid. Kids spend more time in school than they do at home. So if that was their case, logically thinking, shouldn't the teacher have to pay child support?
It all depends on the judge, man. From according to what I saw, I'll share the YouTube to y'all, and then we'll bring it up another time. But I brought, just to bring back the Tiz question or whatever, like just like Faye said, a lot of things is going to happen in 20 years. If it's a decline in white births or whatever, and the main people making babies are people of that are minorities or whatever, then over time you're going to see gradual change in leadership or whatever, but it may take generations to get to that. The main way, and this is going to might sound evil, but the old people got to die out. That's it. I mean, that's just all it is. The old way of thinking, the old traditions, the old way of teaching how kids supposed to act or think, the old just all that old way of thinking is going to have to die out first. So this new way of thinking can actually feel like a norm or whatever. But until that happens, it's a paradox. We're not going to get to a point where we don't think racially until we point out everything racial so it can change. Like we have to think that way, so we can't think that way no more. That's the crazy thing about it. Like over time.
I rock with that. I first of all, I definitely agree that we gotta acknowledge race and acknowledge differences in order to get past them. Like if you try to act like, oh, they don't exist or everybody's the same, like then that kind of diminishes the differences, which leads to more resentment and leads back to the same issue again. I think we can get to a point when all right. I think it's going to have to take us to a place of where we finally get something that says, I'm sorry in a way that we believe it from the power structure. You can't disparage a whole group of people for so many years consecutively.
Half a millennium.
And expect them in 40-some, 50 years to get over everything you did. Like that just doesn't make sense. So I think that's really what it's going to take. But I think it's possible, but I think it's going to take a lot of waking up as it's starting to happen, but it's still a long road to go with the people that are in power. And it's going to take a lot of us on our end using some logic too and picking our battles so that the battles make sense. Like we can't hitch our race battle with war cry wagon to every single incident that happens to happen between a person that's of color and a person that's white. That's just unfair. And it just makes us look simple. So that's my take.
I think in the year 3000, that's when we're gonna not think about race.
In the year 2000.
I think so. Because if it's been going on for a dang near half a millennium, like 500 years of it, it's gonna take twice as much to get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 years to put band-aids on the wound, and another 500 years for it to like smooth out and heal so it looked like regular skin again. It's
right on.
It's going to take. So yeah, in the year 3000, you know, if we go on this, if we continue this path or whatever, which I'm not sure because humans are stupid. Yeah, 3000. Yeah, we're all gonna be purple and happy.
Purple and happy. With
because the aliens gonna come anyway.
7 noses.
The aliens gonna come and take us over.
My
anyway.
ancestors gonna be
worry about race.
My successor's gonna be green.
Just
no man, I heard them purple aliens got good tree. You might want to.
Yeah, mix this some purple with this green.
Don't stay away from the white grays, man. All they do is just kidnap people and poke them. Don't stay away from
tall
white.
Them tall whites, you gotta be wary of them.
Whites, I'm done. So yeah, man, I ain't got no segue for this one. Just get into the tears take for the week. From white ghost to the tears take. Jesus Christ. So this week's tears take, man, like I said, I ain't got no Umar update unless Umar do something new about the school. And we just did a Umar video for our live this past Sunday. That was the latest thing he's done. So I don't got nothing new to say about him. He's still scamming people out of money. Don't give your money to him. More details to come. Oh, and the book club has not come yet. That is official. The book club is still not here yet. So this book club is supposed to be here this month. So we're waiting. Camden, New Jersey, let us know in the comments if you're getting the book club started, if it's popping, so we can, verify. All right. So instead I have a tears take. It kind of comes from Umar, but it doesn't. So because of a video we posted about Umar, I got a little comment back, and the comment said, "What are you doing for Black people?" Now,
what did it say?
It said, "What are you doing for Black people?" Now let me get my rocks. Hold on, let me get.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Let me get into my swag, real quick. All right. So the thing is about that, and this leads me to my tears take. Being critical of somebody in your own race is not a bad thing, and it should be actually encouraged. People should be encouraged to criticize and critique the people of their own race. That is my tears take, which means I want an argument on this. So if you feel differently, please debate me now tonight, Podnas, or Pod Squad people out there. Hey, debate me in the comments. I give me your take. But this is what I mean. So in the video, obviously, I was critiquing Umar Johnson, who is a scammer, who is taking money from people for a school that he has no intentions on building, and or he is the worst businessman who has not yet willing to just admit, I'm taking you guys' money, but I can't do anything with it. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm using some of your money for my lifestyle. So instead of admitting either that, he just keeps taking money. So he deserves to be criticized to me. I think if you are a supporter of Umar Johnson, This is what I need you to do. Give me an argument. Debate me. Face, myself, we have extended the invite for you to come up on our panel. Email us, the Podnas podcast at gmail.com. The Podnas podcast at gmail.com. You found your way here, so you can spell the Podnas. So go ahead and put that, then the word podcast, the @ and gmail.com. All right. So let us know. We're down to debate it. But the argument of what have you done is so overblown. And I noticed, and the reason it led me to my take of being critical of someone in your race is not a bad thing and it should be encouraged, is I notice a lot of times in life, period, when someone of our race does something that is less than quality, of lacking moral character, lacking in value. If we criticize it, people are so quick to then chime in. What you doing for black people? At least they doing something for black people. Just because you're doing something for black people don't mean it's something good for black people. You feel me? This not wanting to criticize, like, it's possible to criticize or make a complaint about somebody without being an expert in what they do. I can criticize Umar and open a school without having opened a school myself. Bill Belichick coached the fucking greatest dynasty in football history, and he ain't no motherfucking football great. There's plenty of basketball coaches that ain't played a lick of basketball past high school, maybe middle school, and they have been great NBA and NCAA coaches. So this notion that you gotta have done exactly what you're critiquing is just a false fallacy that just is pissing me off, and it really stops us from actually being able to hold our people accountable when they're in positions of power in our community. Because it goes past this Umar supporter comment on our page. It goes to the heart of one of the issues in our community that keeps us from being able to really grow. Like, just because somebody black don't mean you can't criticize, don't mean they're above reproach, don't mean they're somehow infallible all of a sudden. Like, they're not a God. They're not God. They're not this, I'm black. Our melanin connects us. You can't say anything about me. Like, fuck that. Like, hell no, man. What the fuck? There ain't no force field around somebody because they black. Like, if you're black and you're doing fuck shit, you should be able to be called out. I'm black. Hi, I'm Tiz, black man. If I'm doing some fuck shit, call me out on that shit. Talk to me about it. Like, don't let me be out here doing more fuck shit, making the race look bad. Call me out on it. Keep it in house. And that's what I'm doing with Umar. So I just feel like being critical of someone in your race is not a bad thing. It should be encouraged. People who like to come at critical people with the question, well, what have you do? When you ask that question, well, what have you done for black people? How is that relevant to what I'm actually critiquing? If I run off a list of what I've done, which I did, by the way, if I run off a list of what I do for black people, is it going to be enough for you to then go back to my original point that I was making about Umar and actually rebut it, and let's have a conversation where we can get to a point where we actually get to a way to hold them accountable, however you and I can come to an agreement to see fit? No, because you want to immediately just ask me that, and then when I answer, you're going to disappear, or you're going to retort some ad hominem attack, or you're going to say something else that doesn't have any relevancy to the actual point that I'm making. This is what we do with anybody black. You get a black politician, don't talk about him, he black. That don't make him a good politician. That don't make him an amazing person for us. Just means he shares our skin color. He shares our African origin, as does most of the planet. Like, the planet. Fuck most of the planet. Everybody in the planet. Like, and people can be fuck people, even if they're in your
We can have disagreements with your family relatives. Why can't I have disagreements with someone that has? Because it's dang sure that person that's my relative is closer to me than this random person that just happens to have the same skin color as me. So I don't understand that either.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Face, I heard you chomping at the bit earlier. You had something you wanted to say, bro?
Yeah, I got something to say.
Okay, come on.
He back, y'all.
Yeah, I'm here. Just on your last comment, when you said, why do people feel like we can't judge people on their black? But then you double down on it and gave a little history lesson, letting everybody know that if you're a human on this planet, you're derived from what? Culture. 95% of y'all have this in your blood.
Indeed.
So if you want to ride on the wave of we can't judge him because we black, don't judge no goddamn body then.
Amen.
Don't critique nobody because they all got black blood in their systems. Take this stupid ass mentality out y'all brains, man. We can't judge him because he's black. I don't give a fuck what color he is. You fucking up, you fucking up. Period. A fuck up is a fuck up. Red, white, or blue, black, green, whatever color you is, you just a colored fuck up then. Oh well.
Purple.
That's just another adjective to add behind you fucking up. Oh, that black, he's a black fuck up. Oh, he's a white fuck up. You're just a fuck up. So I don't care what color you are. These people who do that, you're just as racist as them crackers that's racist against you. You're perpetuating the same bullshit you trying to stop. So just think, we trying to get these white folks to not be racist against us, but you're perpetuating this dumbass mentality in your house with your black kids. So what you think they gonna grow up and do? The same stupid ass your stupid ass doing. Do something different. Live reality. Get out your own mind and this falsehood that black is good and white is bad. People are people. Let's not categorize everybody and people put them in a group just because they are something. Just because you black don't mean shit. Just because you black don't mean I'm riding with you. Just because you black don't mean you in my group. You black
don't
means
make you best for black people at all.
Being black just means the sun affects you less. That's all it means in my book. Period.
Right,
your culture and your race don't make you easier for me to get along with. Nothing. Because like I said most times, I have more problems with black people than I do white people. Which is sad to fucking say because I should be able to get along with my own culture, but my own culture at sometimes acts a lot ignorant and they're not willing to see what can become. You get so stuck into what is. What is will only continue to be what is as long as you allow it to be what is. I see what can be, and that's what I'm trying to work towards. So if everybody else is trying to be positive and want to work towards something, work to what can be. Let's see what it is and realize what it is, but realize what it can be, and let's get to that point. Get off of this race shit, people. Black folks, white folks, Chinese folks, whatever your color, culture, race is, realize that's the only identifying factor to you. Because when you die, you'll be put in the dirt like everybody else.
Yeah.
When you go to whatever your belief is, your higher being belief, if you ascend to that next plane, you ain't gonna get judged on that color. Because guess what? We're all brothers in arms. As I was taught, we're all brothers in his eyes. So our color only comes from where our ancestors originated from. That's how we got that pigmentation going down through genetics. So get caught up on this bullshit if y'all want to, and y'all stay there while everywhere else ascends. The cultures that don't get caught up on race, they're beating us. I don't like to lose. As my name says, I'm facing the place and I'm trying to stay ahead of the race. I'm trying to get ahead of this race and win it. Jump on my bandwagon. Black, white, Chinese, Mexican, whatever. Because anything I've ever seen in life that was successful had more than one culture in it. If it was all white, it didn't go good. If it was all black, it's going to be some fuck-ups. If it's all Chinese, it's some fuck-ups. Multicultural things go a lot further because it's in that aspect, our differences will make us better because Pat is a good artist. I got a great managerial mind. We could put that together and do something great. Mm-hmm. But just my managerial mind, my managerial mind can only be a managerial mind. His art can only be an art, but we put them two facets together, it's something great. The differences make a better thing, right? You feel me? Mm-hmm. This Chinese man might be good at math. This black man may had the key to construction. And this white man, being he has the connections, all three of them can make the biggest building in the world and make more jobs right there. Boom. Use that mentality, people, for a change. Stop letting the differences be what you focus on and ride on, and let the differences be the things that bring us together and not divide us. Because when we was in college, I had a white boy I called my twin. So, and I'm the darkest motherfucker you gonna find, one of the darkest people you gonna find. So, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So be real. Be real, people. Just because our color binds us together don't mean that's the only thing that needs to bind you together. Let that color shit go. If you a scammer, like we said before, we're going to call you out regardless of what color you are. Or we're going to call you out quicker if you were a scammer in this black community. Regardless of what color you are. If you scam the black community, we coming for you. So if you're black and doing it, we coming for you. White and doing it, we coming for you. We point out what's wrong, regardless of what color. You want to get caught up on it? Minimize your own mind, not ours.
That's real. And to keep with not keeping it about race, like my main point for my tears take tonight and for my overall platform or my take on like me dealing with Umar Johnson, man. First of all, again, I am a person who has donated to Umar. I've also been ignored when I asked my very reasonable questions in the forms and the modes that he suggested. I was then ignored.
What's that?
I then found out about his fuckery, and I am now hoping that people see my videos and, you know, me and the Podnas talking about him and exposing him and this school, and they start to see it for what it is, and they don't lose their money like I did. And they also don't continue to support this part of what he does. As far as his rhetoric and shit, I don't care about it. But anyway, my general platform is people who make public declarations about their intentions to perform a public act, task, or product should be allowed to be, and they should be held publicly accountable, especially when they're using public funds to complete said task or product. What does that mean? That means celebrity A, regular person B, Joe Schmo C. They all decide to start a business. Celebrity A starts their business, they don't tell anybody. If that shit flops, fails, doesn't go right for years, unless it is an actual scam, cool, good money. But if it's a scam, we won't know about that the whole time it's going on. We're going to find out about it when this American Greed episode hits or when they're arrested. So that's how that'll be handled. Regular person B, they start up a business or an entity or a product or something, and they put it all on Facebook, right? That's as far as they go, but they put it all on Facebook. Well, if that shit go wrong, guess where all of the complaints is gonna come back to? The medium you started it on and that you advertised on, Facebook. So it's gonna be public to anyone who's on Facebook. Then take somebody like Umar. When Umar started this scam or whatever, I didn't even know he had a school idea until 2014. So that's when I got involved. That's when I come in as far as knowing about the school. But before that, I thought he was just a charismatic speaker that had some really good ideas around special education at the time. Real people know. If you know, you know. So we get to now, Umar in 09, he was already a big enough person where, like, in the early stages of YouTube, which is what that was, his videos was getting played. That's how I found out about it, because I saw one of his speeches on YouTube. You feel me? And I was and at the time, I was just moving to Georgia from Virginia. So if I could find him, that means you were a pretty popular person. Now now you're coming out in 2014. By this point, you're a very popular person, especially in the community that you're targeting, which is Black people. especially Black people who are looking to elevate and or who are conscious and or who are in the special ed community. Okay, cool. You talking about this school, your public announcement and constant public proclamations of what the school will entail, when it will be upheld, how much it costs, how much it was, how much it's going to be, when it should be done by, what it will have in there, how you want to do things, is what gives us the cause for pause. Because these constant proclamations have given us a timeline that has constantly been extended without any explanation. These proclamations have led us to you getting on live rants where you're yelling at people and screaming at people because they ask you a question about when is this, what's going on with the money, what happened to the extra money, like why are their taxes unpaid? Like any of these questions, you go off on people and curse them out. These public proclamations is what leads you to get publicly shamed and publicly questioned and publicly critiqued. Just like any other person, no matter who they are, who decides to go out and publicly proclaim something that they're going to do. The reason we come in and give public apologies when we publicly proclaim that we're going to have a show on a Sunday and then something comes up in our lives and it shuts it down is because we publicly proclaimed it. So we got to come back and publicly apologize. We got to be publicly accountable. We got to make public amends. Your discretion has to match the form in which you are held accountable and or make amends. It can't be a private thing and then we public about it, or it's public thing and then we privately get it handled. No. Whatever we done, if it was done in the light, everything will be done in the light. That's the standard that you set. So you set a very public statute, Umar. So that's why you're being shamed publicly. And that's why I'm going to stay on your neck about the timelines that you keep publicly proclaiming without anyone prompting you to do so. That's just what you're doing. So anyway, like I said, it is healthy for people of your own race to be critical of you. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing that should be encouraged. That is my take for the week. Insert. I'm gonna have me some theme music that comes after my Tiz take every week, y'all. Right? So that's just what we'll roll with right now. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm gonna take over. And I'm gonna bring it to a lighthearted. I'm gonna take it lighthearted real quick.
The face
in the place. Lighthearted real quick. Now, I'm an 80s baby. Grew up in the 80s, 90s, and I'm grown now, so all through the 2000s, I guess, and I'm gonna keep living, hopefully. So we was kids at once, and all kids watch cartoons. So I want to talk about the top 5 late 80s and 90s cartoons right now. I'm gonna give y'all my list, which is gonna be debatable, and I want to hear something from y'all. Either pros or cons or yays or nays. And those listening, y'all can say something in the comments. Give me y'all list, because I know y'all watch cartoons growing up too. Kids ain't watching the news. Let me know what you watch. So my number one all time when I was growing up was Darkwing Duck, man. Darkwing Duck.
Okay. That was my dude.
Okay.
That's my dude right there, man. Darkwing.
I'm not mad
what?
At that pick. I'm not
Darkwing?
I'm not mad at that.
Come on now. Now, coming up second with that, DuckTales. Come on now. Ooh.
Okay.
They were, yeah. That's a classic. I can't even disagree with that.
Now, coming up in a strong third, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. What's going on with it?
Oh, that's crazy. All right, yep. Come on with it.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to take it late 80s. True wrestling fans know about this, but if y'all ain't true wrestling fans, y'all ain't grew up watching wrestling with WWE, not this WWF, not the bullshit WWE now, the WWF. Y'all watch the WWF Superstars cartoon. Y'all done seen them wrestling cartoons.
No, that's throwback.
Y'all seen that.
That's vintage shit.
That's throwback. That's 80s, baby.
Hell yeah.
Now, number 5 it deserves to be a little lower, but I couldn't think of nothing else because I'm older now. So the cartoons I used to watch, I'm only got 4, but I had to bring something in for 5, and I brought in Aladdin.
Okay. All right, I'm with you on some of your picks. Definitely, I can't really. Usually, I can discredit a person's pick in a list somewhere, but I can't really say you got bad picks. I just disagree on some of them. But the funny part is, your third pick is my third pick. That's my number 3 favorite. That's crazy. So my favorite is number 5. At number 5, top favorite cartoons from 80s and 90s. I don't know if anybody else remembers this show, and I could have the name wrong, but I believe it was called Cops. It was about this like futuristic cop show, and they had a black police chief, but all of the characters had like a different gadget or something that made them unique. That was real cool. And they had this one dude that had a handcuff launcher on his arm, and he could like grapple on shit, but he could also catch bad guys with it. It was just a really cool concept for a cartoon. And I had like all of the toys for that shit. But I used to love that cartoon, and I don't know why they stopped making it. Damn you guys. My number 4, this is an oldie but goodie, but it's definitely a classic. I don't care who you are. If you like cartoons, at some point you encountered this cartoon and it was in your it was in your rotation. Thundercats. Thunder.
I forgot about that one.
Thunder.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Oh my God. Now I grew up in the, we 80s babies, 90s kids, you know what I mean? So like I grew up in the era that was still on decoder rings a little bit. So I remember when I first got my decoder ring, my Thundercat decoder ring out of the Frosted Flakes box. Man, you talking about the coolest kid in kindergarten, baby. Like I was flossing, bossing, and decoding anything you had. What's the code? I got it. I can do it. Like I thought I was lying though for damn show. And I got one of them little swords. One of the swords with the eye on it. Oh my God, bro. Thunderbolt pick.
I have Thundera.
Yes. Number 4, Thundercats, all-time classic. Number 3, just like Face, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. That was my shit. It was in that same lineup. It would come on with that, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and
Disney Afternoon.
And what was it? The flight thing with
Tailspin.
Yep. It would come on in that rotation back in the day. If you know, you know. Right. But Chippendale Rescue Rangers was definitely that crack. And yeah, I like Chippendale from the old Disney cartoons growing up. So by the time I got to the 90s and they dropped that, it was already a wrap for me. Like I already liked Chippendale, and now they can talk legibly. Oh hell, we cooking with gas. So yeah, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers was my shit. Number 2 was the X-Men cartoon. That theme song to this day.
Awesome.
The versions of the different mutants that the way they depicted them, that cartoon formulated a lot of my psyche and the way I view and the impression I have of those mutants to this day. Like the Wolverine from that cartoon is my Wolverine. That's the Wolverine, no matter who else plays him or what. Like that's Wolverine to me. The Gambit from that show was like that was Gambit. That was the Gambit. So like that show was it. Professor X, all of them. Like that show encapsulated what I thought of these X-Men perfectly. So the X-Men cartoon. And number 1, to this day, I even like the new version of these. They got me to eat pizza when I hated my foods to mix. They had one of the 2 songs from Vanilla Ice that I liked. They made me want to ride skateboards. They're the reason I actually got a skateboard, and it was a Ninja Turtles skateboard. I'm talking about none other than the Ninja Turtles. It was my number 1 favorite. Like it had everything. It had goofy comedy that's perfect for a kid that's like, 8, 9, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's old enough to get some highbrow humor, but still goofy enough for like the little low hanging fruit to still just like while you sitting there, drinking your chocolate milk or you're eating your snacks and your pack of Gushers and you sit, it was just like I said, they made me like pizza because Michelangelo was my favorite and they all like pizza, but his love of pizza is what made me say, man, let me try this shit. Made me actually get into pizza. I wanted nunchucks because of them. I wanted to be a ninja. I had when I say I had, like, when it came to action figures, I had every Ninja Turtle action figure. Like, and that would be some years, that would be my whole Christmas list is Ninja Turtle action figures. And it would be like every different era that they went in. I had the samurai ones. I had the ones when they would be robots. I had the futuristic ones. I had this one. I had that one. Like I had their sporting ones when they were baseball players. Like I had all of that shit. And like they were like kitty crack to me, man. Ninja Turtles was that shit to me. Like couldn't tell me nothing about Michelangelo. To this day, Mikey is that dude, cowabunga, nigga. But yeah, that's my top 5 right there.
Good top 5 right there.
This is a hard subject for me because I still like cartoons, man. I love cartoons.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Some
really
of my favorite
hard,
movies are cartoons.
Pretty much. And man, I'm so glad you brought up Cops because that was my jump back in the day, yo.
I'm glad somebody else knows because I be bringing that shit up and people like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, yo,
thank you. Somebody else has seen that before. I'm not tripping.
I used to bring it up and I like
used to come on Fox on Saturday mornings.
And it made me want to draw, like, that's what really got me into like futuristic cities and stuff like that. So everything from then was supposed to be futuristic.
And for people out there listening that are like, what are they talking about? The show used to come on around the same time as Toxic Crusaders, if you remember.
Yeah.
They were on Fox on Saturday mornings.
Man, they got a website called, like, I think it's like Retro Cartoons or something like that. And I think you can actually watch Cops up there. Yeah.
What you say now?
Retro
what
something.
You say now?
I'll look it up and I'll send it.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, send that link.
So, I would say after that, I want to say the Disney afternoon or whatever, because I love DuckTales, Darkwing, and Rescue Rangers equally. I like the simple fact that
how
Darkwing,
you package them all together as the lineup, like it's TGI.
Yeah, because that was that whole afternoon slot.
Yeah, that was the block.
Yep. So, and then the simple fact that like DuckTales and Darkwing had like a similar world or whatever. Pretty much world. But Rescue Rangers had them stories. Like they used to always have like crazy adventures, yo. Like, bruh,
when I say, in fact, the writing on Rescue Rangers was the.
And Fat Cat was vicious. That was a vicious animal.
They didn't get that into a movie nowadays.
Savage, a fucking savage.
Yep. Oh, on Darkwing, Face, you remember the bull character?
Oh yes.
Taurus Bull or whatever.
Taurus Bulba.
Yes.
So look, if y'all haven't noticed, they redid DuckTales, right? So when they redid it, they made it modernized and they take aspects from the old cartoons and put it into the new cartoons. And it's kind of like a homage or whatever. So if y'all ever get nostalgic, look up the new DuckTales, John. So
check that out too, yeah. Put me up on that cartoon game.
I really had to think about my next couple because the last two are obvious. They're pretty obvious. Pretty much. But I'm always was a adventure type person. Like if it was always like a to be continued cartoon or something like that or whatever, I was into that or whatever. And I got a whole bunch of honorable mentions. Pretty much. I just want to run through y'all, but Johnny Quest.
This is an honorable mention.
No, Johnny Quest is my third. Johnny Quest. Okay. And I would say the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest or whatever. just I don't know, man. I just like they just always on some adventures. It kind of had me like I was in the show trying to figure out the clues with them, pretty much.
Okay.
When I like, cartoons like Scooby
I didn't
Doo,
see
I
that
never
pick coming, but I like it.
like
That's a decent pick.
like cartoons like Scooby Doo or whatever. Like you can't really pick up on clues like that. You just laughing at them until they like you figure out. You just wait till Velma explain everything at the end, pretty much, or whatever. But Johnny Quest, man, you really get into it. Like, man, is that tribe really going to eat Johnny? Like, what's going on?
I feel you there.
And Race Bannon was a G.
It's like a real serial show. Like,
yeah.
Next week on Johnny Quest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my next one is your first one, and that's Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles
cracked the top 2. You know they was that shit. Come on, Turtles.
Just
power.
Just like you,
Heroes in a half.
I had literally that was pretty much majority of my Christmas list. I literally made a city out of my own room because I had the play sets, the blimp.
You had the Technodrome?
No, I wish. Oh, I wish. But I had the play set. I had the super play set or whatever. I
don't know anybody that actually got the Technodrome. And I know some people with some extensive collections, but
I don't think they really came out with that until like after really like towards the end of Ninja Turtles reign. I think that's when they put that out last, pretty much. But man, Ninja Turtles so powerful. They still selling Ninja Turtle action figures to this day. And I ain't just talking about I'm not talking about the new cartoons or whatever. I'm talking about the same people that made the original action figures. They're still making them, and they might be charged a little bit more.
I might have to go buy a few to give my son.
Hasbro, I think.
He rock with the Turtles hard too.
But they got me into ninjas. They got me into pieces. They got me into sharp objects like knives, and that's a whole nother story for another day. Yeah. Yep, I think I got one somewhere in this room. I had a side.
They got me in the pump shotguns. Because of Leatherface.
Oh yeah.
He used to have that pump shotgun.
You say they got you in the knife.
He had a pistol grip pump.
What'd you say, baby?
You said they got you in the knives. You said they got you in the knives.
Yeah, man, I wanted a sword and
bow and knife.
Yeah. Raph was my favorite one. Raph was my favorite one because he was like
had a side. Got it.
In the cartoon, he was like the joking one, the sarcastic joking.
Yeah, he was definitely sarcastic. He always was an asshole.
But in the movie, he was like the Wolverine. He was like the tough guy, like, you know what I'm saying?
The no nonsense type.
Yeah, he's like that in the comic book too. So yeah, but
he always had a snarl.
And he had a red bandana.
What red?
All of them had at first. All of them had red bandanas. It wasn't until the cartoon came along.
Yeah,
that's when they had the different colors.
Red
so
bandanas, brown knee and elbow pads. Yeah.
And Rocksteady and Bebop was made by the cartoon. Like the actual people that made the comic book.
Yes.
They weren't
original characters at all. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't like Rocksteady and Bebop. And I think that's why they don't have them in the movies. We had Tokar and Razor.
Well, no, they were in the movies. Remember, Tokar and Razor were Rocksteady and Bebop that got hit with that ooze.
Yeah, I think that's why I feel like that's where they went with Tokar and Razor or whatever. But in the new movie, they got Rocksteady and Bebop. So yeah. And then there was another thing. Shredder as a villain. He's one of my favorite villains. Voiced by Uncle Phil.
Yes, I miss my Uncle Phil, y'all.
Yeah, like he's just one of my favorite villains. Like he's a nincompoop in a cartoon, but like if you like read the book or whatever, he's
formidable enough to still be taken as a threat, even though he's like he can be his downfall can be played for comic relief. It's not like to the point where you feel like, oh, he's just a bumbling idiot. He'll never be able to do anything anyway. It's like, well, he still could get him though on this next one. You know what I mean?
That's why I feel like it made Rocksteady and Bebop and Krang to put like comic relief around them or whatever.
To be the dum-dums.
Yeah, so I think that's why they had it, because if you just leave Shredder on his own, that's a scary character. You know what I'm saying? Guy is nothing but knives, and he's a trained assassin.
This is true.
It's a cartoon Freddy Krueger with hands.
Oh, before I go to my last one, if y'all ever get the chance to see Batman versus Batman and the Ninja Turtles cartoon, it's a good look. You get a Batman versus Shredder fight, and it's a great one. It's a Batman versus Shredder. But all right, and my last one is probably obvious, but it's X-Men. It's X-Men the animated series. Pretty much everything that Tiz said or whatever, like it got me into comic books more. They had like political and social, just social aspects they brought up. They brought up like racism, discrimination, and stuff like that, or whatever. Technically, through the Sentinels, they brought up police brutality because the Sentinels were just made to police mutants, pretty much. So that X-Men is definitely my first one. The honorable mentions, I would say Thundercats, Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons, Doug, Rugrats, Reboot. I don't know if y'all remember Reboot. I asked Tiz. I think he's about to come in. But,
what the hell is Reboot?
It was a show on ABC on Saturday morning, and it had this dude. He looked like it was like one of the first computer animated shows, and it was like the sprites or whatever, the people that was living, they were like living in the video game, and then when any time
they were living in the video game.
Yeah, they were like
Wreck-It Ralph?
They made it like, let's say like you got a video game. Pretty much, it was like they were living in a video game world, pretty much. Like the system that is set up so you can actually play the games or whatever is their universe, and they lived in it or whatever. And then anytime somebody play a game or whatever, they get sucked into that game and they gotta play it through or whatever to survive or whatever. But
like
it's
Wreck-It
called
Ralph?
Reboot. No, well, yeah, kind of.
You have to plot a Wreck-It Ralph, nigga. That is
But it was in the 90s.
Wreck-It Ralph?
It's called Reboot. If you see it,
so Wreck-It Ralph is the reboot of Reboot.
I guess.
Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Goofy. Yeah, I've seen it, but it's
I'm like, am I missing something here?
It looked
more
serious than Wreck-It Ralph.
Am I out of bounds?
No, it just looked more serious than Wreck-It Ralph, but it's kind of the same concept. It's just that they have their own situations or whatever around when they get sucked into the video game, pretty much. But yeah, I'll show like pictures in the group me or whatever. You'll know what I'm talking about then. And SWAT Cats. I don't know if y'all remember
SWAT Cats. They used to fly them planes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was a devil.
Damn, fighter power.
Yep.
USA
used to have some cartoons on the low.
That was a good one. That was a
USA and Cartoon Network.
Oh my God. All right. I don't remember what they were called either. But they were these dinosaurs, right? And they had robotic appendages or attachments or something.
I know what you talk. It's like
I think they came on. Yeah, and I think they came on. They came on USA right after or right before Denver. The last dinosaur.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Friend and a whole lot more. Denver, the last dinosaur.
Yeah, it was dinosaur.
Show me a world I never saw before. Denver. Fucking Denver.
That Cadillac. There was like a period where it was just nothing but dinosaur shows. It was Denver the dinosaur, Barney, freaking Land of the Lost, where those people
Hold
lost.
I'm gonna put you on another cartoon that I bet you nobody knows about. I got two more that's like obscure as fuck, but if you know,
Cadillac and Dinosaurs.
there was this dinosaur, well, not dinosaur, it was an animal show, and they were like called Animal Bots or Battle Bots or something, and they were the toys for them. They were these really, really, really like little miniature action figures of like, it'll be like a swole ass blue horse, and they would have these little hologram stickers on them, and you can see if they were part of the fire, the water, the wind, or the ice or something like that clad, but they were all animals and they had like these cyborg appendages on them, and it would be like a blue rhino and a green horse, and they had battle sets you could play with them in and shit, but they had a cartoon that went with it, and it used to come on, and that was my shit too. And then my last one that I know the name of, but people don't never seem to know what I'm talking about. But I had the action figures for this shit too. And I used to love it because when you squeeze the legs, the wings will pop out and flap. But they were called Silverhawks.
I remember Silverhawks.
Okay. Okay. So you with me. You with me with that. Yeah. Fucking Silverhawks with that shit.
Silverhawks. Oh, they had a show called Centurions. Y'all remember?
Oh, Centurion! Oh! With the land, sea, and air.
Yeah,
and it had to do ace, and they would jump up, and their suits would come jumping on them depending on what they need.
Fly out with the arms out.
Oh my god, yo, that was my shit, nigga.
I told you I know cartoons, man. That was Centurions,
man, bruh. Centurions was that crack, bruh. Oh, you done took me back to after school eating pizza and oodles and noodles.
He-Man. You gotta say He-Man.
Okay. Of course, He-Man is a staple.
It's just so many of them. And then,
but what you know about the G.I. Joe, and the best part about the G.I. Joe would be the last 2 minutes when they did and now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Mighty Max.
Okay.
What was the other?
Freakazoid.
Oh yeah. Freakazoid.
That was
the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Oh, I had them action figures too.
I did too.
Oh, nigga.
Right, the car.
That's the real Slimer, the one from the cartoon, not the one from the movie. One. Yes.
And I had the proton pack.
Yes, I had the proton pack and the little shit that slide out. Yeah, the trap.
Yeah, the trap.
Yeah. I broke the pump on that shit. The little foot pedal. I broke the foot pedal on that shit. Hell yeah. Oh
man.
Let me see what else.
Max.
Y'all taking me back with these fucking cartoons.
Cadillac Dinosaurs, Felix the Cat. They made a different version of Felix the Cat that was hilarious.
Did y'all ever get into Street Sharks though?
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. The Ninja Turtle.
That's the real orange cat. Damn, Garfield. Heathcliff was a thug. He was a fucking genius. He shot them dogs.
Heathcliff was a true gangster. Had a squad with him too.
Lead a fish nothing but bones.
What?
He used to get it in, boy. Heathcliff was that guy. I ain't mad at you. That was a good one right there.
He had a little hat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, who was that? It was another one I was about to say, man.
Top Cat, Garfield, Scooby-Doo, of course.
It was another like random, like if you know, you know. Oh,
y'all ever heard of the cartoon Mask, where they had like the like I had one toy where it had the Lamborghini doors, and in the cartoon it was flying or whatever. Like then it had like a helicopter / motorcycle or whatever.
No, but this sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called Mask. It's like M.A.S.K. or whatever. But like the vehicles would transform into something else pretty much. But
yeah, no, I don't know that one. You got me there.
Because of that cartoon, I'm always be into Lamborghini doors. I wouldn't know nothing about Lamborghini doors.
I tell you what I do remember. I remember MC Hammer had a cartoon that came on right after the Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and
with
Bo
the talking
Jackson cartoon.
shoes.
I remember that.
Yo, remember Pro Stars? With Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Bo Jackson.
That's what I'm talking about with and Wayne
Yeah.
Gretzky. It came on right before the MC Hammer joint.
Mm-hmm. Man, they had
Bo Jackson used to be able to take tree trunks and make them into baseball bats.
Yeah, I saw that joke too. They made him look like
he was fucking
the
the
new
Hulk.
John Henry.
I mean that. Bo Jackson was that guy. But yeah, man.
Oh man,
80s and 90s had the best cartoons. I mean, and I know cartoons, they've been out for a long time, but I say 80s and 90s had the best array of cartoons because they had the most diversity. Like you got everything from a He-Man to a Doug to a Rocko's Modern Life to a Rugrats to a
Ren and Stimpy. Rocco was my shit though.
Like no matter what you liked, you got it. You even got a cartoon like a Daria for the older kids.
Oh yeah, that was sweet.
In middle school and high school that like that type of shit. You know what I mean? So you had something for everybody back then. Like
the MTV shows.
Yeah.
Like Eon Flux and the Max.
Do you remember? And the head.
Yeah.
You remember that? And he had the little demon that lived inside the big ass head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad it's not just me for one. Because I be talking about these shows and people be looking at me with the blank stare like, what?
And y'all remember the Max, the big purple guy with he had a cloth for a middle finger. Like he had yellow, and he had lived with her name was like Julia, who was like a social worker, but he played like he was a superhero.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes. It was on the MTV lineup that would have Beavis and Butthead.
And they had the little, the villain was like some serial rapist named Mr. Gone, and he had like these black creatures with just big ass mouths or whatever. Yep. I got a couple of those comic books too.
Oh, wow.
That one and Eon Flux.
Yep.
That was my shit. Eon Flux was my shit. Yep.
I did not like the movie.
Nah, I ain't like it either, but I would. But the cartoon, I mean, she died like almost every other cartoon, man. I swear to God.
This is like
true. Every other episode, she just died, and I don't know how do you end up getting a new episode? You died in the last episode. Pretty much. They were trippy.
She was Kenny before Kenny.
Yeah. But I used to love that show, man. Anything futuristic and cyberpunk like, that's why I got in the cops.
Yeah, 80s and 90s definitely had the best array of cartoons, though. Yeah.
Y'all better change the subject. I'm gonna keep running out.
I'm about to give another list.
Let us know y'all top 5 in the bottom. Let us know y'all top 5 in the comments.
Please do. Comment.
I want to see these top 5.
Even if it's biker mice from Mars, I'm gonna judge you.
Oh shit! No, I got it, Joe. Y'all remember Bucky O'Hare, nigga?
Yes.
Bucky O'Hare.
Yes.
Bucky O'Hare was that nigga.
I had the duck with the 4 arms and the guns.
Fuck yeah,
dude. The dude with the
Bucky
duck with the gun.
Bucky was nice with that pistol play.
Dead-Eye Duck. That was his name.
Dead-Eye Duck.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
That was a good one right there, Face. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it in a total different direction. We all adults. We all got shit to do outside the house as far as jobs, but inside the house we got jobs to do too. There's always some chore or some task that needs doing, but it's always one or two things we hate to do, but we got to do them.
Yep.
So, I want to hear y'all top 2 mundane household things that y'all got to do that y'all hate doing or just dislike doing. You ain't got to hate it. You just really don't want to do it, but you got to do it anyway, so you can do it.
It's 2. My top 2?
Yeah.
All right. This is weird because it's in my top 2 for the things I hate the most, but I also kind of like it sometimes because it's mindfulness. But cutting the grass. It always seems to grow back too fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the day I want to cut it, it always rains. So then the day I don't feel like cutting it is the day I end up having to do it. Like the day when I'm all full of energy and vigor and ready to get at it, and I'm up and at them, it fucking pours down. Then on a day when I'm beat down, dog tired, just getting off work, then that's the day when it's beautiful out and I gotta catch it between the rainy days. So cutting the grass is the first one. And my number one pet peeve of all household chores ever, period, no matter what time of the day, part of my life, whatever you catch me, is washing dishes.
Oh yeah.
I will pay $300 for packs of paper plates before I wash one dish. It is that bad. I am horrible with it. My wife hates me for it at times, but she's learned to just love and live with it to the point where she just knows that if I hit them dishes once a week, it is a great week and I'm in the money because I hate them things. I will build everything in the house, fix everything in the house. I will clean the bathrooms, wash the windows, clean the baseboards. I will do anything else but fucking dishes, man. That nasty ass water.
I'm a paper plate man myself.
Yes, yo. I will paper plate it. I will put a whole meal on a paper towel if it ain't wet enough to see through. Like I am one of those. Like I hate dishes. Hate them.
What about you, Pat?
The top is cutting grass because I have allergies. Shoot, my eyes is burning right now. I'm rubbing the heck out my eyes right now.
Right now.
But yeah, and then back in the day, when we lived in another house when I was growing up, the yard that we had, like you could fit a whole nother house, like a little small house in it, whatever. Yeah, that it took a whole day. The whole
big yard
entire
growing up will scar you.
Whatever. So that was that one. I would say, yeah, that's at the top. And I really don't have a second, but if I had to pull a second, I would say trash because just the miscellaneous times where if the bag rips or if something falls out that you don't want to touch, I would say that's probably that. But I would say out of everything, probably be cutting the grass because it's just, I dang near have to take like meds. My eyes are always rubbing. I'm always rubbing my eyes afterwards because pollen and grass and allergies or whatever. So, but anything else I could probably do without no problem or whatever, as long as I got time to do it.
Right.
No, I definitely don't mind fixing shit because I don't know, I treat that like a game. I'm like, oh shit, I learned how to fix something.
Right. Exactly. What about you, Face?
Let's see. I've grown to accept cutting grass. I feel that's my little solitude. I have so much grass to cut. So when I do it, have to cut grass, it's like a 2.5 hour thing. So I've grown to accept that as my little personal me time I get every 2 or 3 weeks. As far as the ones I don't like, I agree with y'all. The dishes, I can't stand washing.
Yes!
I can't stand it. Now, if I have to, I have to, and I go and get it done. But I don't want to. So that's just it. I really don't want to.
Right.
So
I'll do it, but I'll do it with a frown on my face the whole time.
Exactly. I'll do it if my wife don't feel good. If she actually tired, I'll go ahead and knock them out because I don't see stuff in there and I don't want no bugs or no little vermin that want to come in my house just because they got dirty dishes. So I get them out of the way if need be.
Right.
But I try.
But I hate it.
Yeah, I try desperately not to have a need for me to do it.
I mean that.
Behind that, I would say cleaning the bathrooms. Because the bathrooms can never be clean enough. You feel me?
Nope. Soon as you finish cleaning them, somebody come use it and it's done. It's
exactly.
All of my fucking hard work.
Exactly. Like, I just did this for what? I did that for what? You can really go in the bathroom and take a shower? I just cleaned it. Let it stay.
That's like washing the floor. Like you have to do it when you have certain floor surfaces, but as soon as it dries, somebody gonna walk on it. And now it's back to the same shit again. Like, okay. But that was some time.
Just clean that shit.
I dig it.
You couldn't wait for at least 30 minutes to let me just revel in my cleanliness of my floor?
Let me just bask in this for a minute.
Yeah, man.
That's real.
You know what, yo? You know what? I think if as long as the dishes are in my house, but if I had like a job, like, because I'm just, every time y'all say dishwashing, I always think about my past jobs or whatever. That's probably why if I don't like dishwashing, if I don't like dishwashing, it's because of past jobs, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind washing dishes at my house because, you know what I'm saying? I know it ain't gonna be but so much. A lot of times in our house, we're like clean as we go if we're eating anyway. And like I said, paper plates, all that shit. But like if I have the job where I have to wash dishes, that shit's annoying, man. That shit's annoying, especially if it's like built up.
I hate them. I'm gonna tell you what I hate. Ooh, I hate to be sleeping in or going to work and you come in to dishes and it's your turn to do them, or you've been asked to do them, or you're the only person that's available to do them. Whatever the case, it makes you have to do dishes. You see them and you know it's you that got to do them. And you see somebody that left a plate in there with some food that done hardened on.
Yeah. My God.
Oh, you got to go through that scrub process. And if you wash dishes like me, so I wash dishes the old school way, where I put the soapy water in one side and the other side be empty to rinse, and I take the plates, put them in the soapy water, and wash them, and then rinse them. So having to keep clearing that water out and run some fresh soapy water because that shit be done got food all in it and stuff. And I know that it's supposed to be all right because of the soap, but I don't want to touch that shit.
Yes, I don't want
to touch no old soggy pea. I don't want to touch no old soggy bread. I don't want to touch no old soggy nothing.
Yeah, because it's nasty.
I hate it, bro.
The texture.
I hate it.
Yo, when I used to work at Hardee's up the street or whatever, they used, and somebody, it's funny because somebody on Facebook used to just talked about this or whatever, and they tagged me in. I was like, man, the main thing is because I used to work the night shift. So by the time you come in, depending on the person that worked the day, I might not have to do extra prep. They might not have left me with with everything that I need for like the next order. And I'm just got to jump right in because somebody just went into the drive-thru or something like that or whatever. Or I may come in and it's a crap load of dishes that was from the day shift, whatever. So that throws me off from my regular shit. So
I hate doing dishes that ain't mine even more.
I hate that jump, man, especially.
If I help to create them, cool. Like if I cook and you say, hey, wash them pots and pans because I ain't tripping on that. If I ate the meals and it's mostly my dishes in there from the day and you sitting there, I got you. But I hate to wash some a sink full of dishes that belong to other people. That burns my biscuits to the nth degree. The nth degree.
Yeah, I just don't like washing mine or nobody else's. I hate washing.
Yeah.
I my way not to have to use it. If I wake up in the morning and use one cup, I try my damnedest to use that cup as much as possible without having to get another. I'll rinse that one out, rinse it out, put a different juice in it, rinse it out with some water. I don't want a different cup. I got one. I have one mouth.
I don't need no more cups.
I got 1 cup a day. Got a 1 cup a day rule.
No, that's real though. And I get so mad when somebody come by and they put your shit in the sink or they wash it. I was like, but I was using that. But
I got one cup.
But like it had some of my juice left in it. I was gonna come back and drink that.
So mad. So like where my cup at? Oh,
this is why you're my brother. You understand. Shit.
It wasn't bothering anyone. It was sitting right there with juice.
Not bothering nobody.
You randomly put it in.
That little corner of juice was about to be hit the spot.
You was cleaning up so everything on the camera had to go. Oh,
and you know this was my cup because I got.
But you can see I was in process of drinking. You could have just been like, "Hey, is this your cup? Are you using this? Are you gonna finish that?" No,
I wasn't nowhere.
Dump it in the wash. Oh, so cold blooded.
Cold blooded.
Yeah.
I just had a flashback of my previous jobs washing dishes.
Oh, Jesus, don't do that.
Worst place I ever washed dishes at. Remember the Lone Star that I had worked at in Hampton? Or whatever? I used to, oh my God, the process of cleaning those dishes or whatever. And they had the steam cleaner and everything, but it used to be the worst. Worst.
So, Tiz, you got any black businesses for this week?
Actually, man, I don't. Well, I do. You know what? And this is one that didn't get sent to me, or I didn't. I don't know these people personally, but they're a dope ass company. They're called Juiced Up, and they make hand pressed, hand squeezed natural juices and smoothies. They got your sea moss in there. They got your lemon and your ginger in there. They got your berries, your bananas, whatever type of smoothie you can think of, they got it. They got your green smoothies. Super tasty and just super healthy. They also got the juices. Obviously not with the sea moss in them, but they're still like hand pressed, handmade juices. And they're just slamming ass juices. Like this fucking smoothie was fucking amazing, bro. Like, you have a smoothie and it should be good. Or you have anything, it'd be good. Like, oh yeah, this is all right. And then you have some things that are like, what in the hell?
Delicious.
Where this been?
This smoothie has brought joy in my life.
It was one of them, where this been all my life. So find them online, Google Juiced Up. They're down here in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. So look them up, Juiced Up. They're an amazing company and they have amazing juice and smoothie products. So yeah, get on the program, man. I also think they do like pastries and shit too, but I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me on that, but I believe they do that too. So yeah, look them up and support them if you can, man. They are black owned and
I got one for y'all.
Yeah, they rock.
Got one for y'all. Somebody hit me up like last week or whatever. One of my Facebook friends named Elisa, she has like it's called Sistren Soul Care. That's SISTREN Soul SOL Care CARE.com, and they specialize in like lotions and body care and stuff like that. They have like lotions like shea butter. They got one that's called like espresso balm. It's like it's like it clears up dead cells and stuff like that too. But yeah, they're right there. Their website is sistrensoulcare.com. That's SISTRENSOLCARE.com.
Dope, man. Support black businesses. Support those black businesses.
Always. Reinvest that black dollar.
Indeed, man. And keep on reinvesting your time in us, man. Keep on liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. As always, this is dropping to you on Wednesday, wherever you are. For us, it's Tuesday night. But yeah, check us out on all podcast streaming platforms. At the Podnas, man. We are everywhere you want to be. Thepodnas.com. If you can't remember nothing else, you can go there and find us as soon as our podcast drops and catch every episode. But yeah, on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Also, the video versions of episode 22 and 23 and 24 will all be dropping this week. So be on the lookout for those. Clips from this episode, as always, will be dropping throughout the week. And we got our live show, as always, coming this Sunday, I believe. Could be this Thursday, though. We'll talk about that and get back to y'all. But yeah, coming to y'all this week. It'll be either Thursday or Sunday, so be on the lookout on all social media for the announcements about that. And other than that, man, where can they find us if they want to talk to us outside of commenting, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Where else can they find us if they don't want to comment on a video or on our actual podcast?
At THEPODNAS, that's the Twitter and the Instagram, and you can basically search us on Facebook, THEPODNAS, and you'll pop up Tiz Face Pat or the Podnas, and we'll be there too on Facebook.
Indeed. So holler at us there too. We do actually interact with people. We do actually interact with our family, our Pod Squad members. We do answer comments. We do talk to you on social media. We will have debates, conversations, and just builds with you. So hit us up on all those platforms. Also, if you want to support us financially, you can donate outright through Cash App at $Podnatiz1, or you can go to buymeacoffee.com where you can support for as little as $1 or become a member for as little as $5. And when you become a member, you get unedited versions of every episode. You get access to our Discord where you can reach out to us privately, and we have private convos outside of just the podcast in the comment section. I'm also going to be doing some watch-alongs on the Discord once I figure that technology out. So I'm going to be having it where we can watch movies and shit together as a Pod Squad family. So, for as little as $5, you can become a member on there. You can also become a member on Patreon at the Podnas on Patreon. Same perks on there. They also have higher tiers where you can get different pieces of merchandise sent out to you. All members, whether you're on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon, you also get exclusive access to being able to give us specific topics that we talk about. You get access to being able to come up on panels. You get access to being able to basically have shows and content made just for you. So things that other people don't see, you get to see. So you will probably know the Podnas better than anyone else. So become a Pod Squad member on any of those platforms if you want to support us financially. But if you don't want to do that and you want something tangible in your hands, on your back, on your phone, or something that you can actually take around and show off that you are a Pod Squad member, Face, tell them how they can get up with the merch, man.
Once again, I'd like to inform you guys that you can go to teespring.com/store/Podnas-closet-1. Now, once again, that's teespring.com, spelled TEASPRING.com/PODNAS-closet, Numero uno, the number one. And
Indeed.
there you go.
Indeed, man. We got everything you need right there. Yeah, man. As always, man, thank y'all for joining us for this show. Thank you for joining us in the comment section when you do. And hey, man, whether you like, love, or disagree, or hate, or you thought we had the best opinions in the world, tell us in the comments, man. Have the conversation with us, because that's what we're doing this for, to have the conversation with you. We're not experts on anything, but we got opinions on everything, and we gonna keep on sharing them. And hopefully you will share yours with us as well. As always, I am 1/3 of the Podnas. Your boy, Tiz.
other third of the partners, the Padawan here, along with.
You know his face in the place. Finally.
Ahead of the race. And man, we up out this thing, man. Peace out, everybody. See y'all next week,
I'm about to
man.
roll
Peace
up.
out. One love.
Hell
One,
yeah.
one, one, one.